Luke chapter 6, verses 37 to 42. Judging others. Do not judge, and you will not be judged. Do not condemn, and you will not be condemned. Forgive, and you will be forgiven. Give, and it will be given to you. A good measure, pressed down, shaken together, running over, will be put into your lap. For the measure you give will be the measure you get back. Jesus also told them a parable. Can a blind person guide another blind person? Will not both fall into a pit? A disciple is not above the teacher, but everyone who is fully qualified will be like the teacher. Why do you see the speck in your neighbor's eye, but do not notice the log in your own eye? Or how can you say to your neighbor, "Friend, let me take that speck out of your eye," when you yourself do not see the log in your own eye? Hypocrite, first take the log out of your own eye, and then you will see clearly to take the speck out of your neighbor's eye. Repair. No one is perfect. Who among us doesn't have a relationship gone awry? In the wake of a broken relationship, there is often deeply rooted anger or profound sadness or lingering guilt. When someone dies, the ones left here may struggle with untold worry about what was said or not said that feels so final. Perhaps you feel you have reconciled the relationships in your life, whether by coming to some understanding or by accepting that some things just cannot be changed. But look deeply inside yourself. Is there a relationship you might have cast aside without even thinking of how it affects the other person? Are there neighbors, colleagues, friends, family members you avoid or resent because of something you've let fester? And what about our communal relationships? Are there whole groups of people whom we ignore or scoff at? Whole groups of people we simply cannot tolerate or understand? Not all relationships can be completely mended, but it is part of following Jesus and well worth trying to repair the most important personal and communal ones, even if it is one-sided. This difficult work requires setting aside blame to look deeply within ourselves to examine a bond that has been broken. In Luke's Sermon on the Plain, Jesus is giving the gathered crowd the fundamental essence of the gospel instruction. Within that sermon is the passage just read about seeing ourselves clearly, which is essential for forgiveness and the repair of all relationships. Jesus is using exaggeration as a joke. How can you pick away at someone else's faults while completely ignoring all of your own? It's like trying to drive with duct tape over your eyes. You'll crash soon enough, or at least be labeled a hypocrite. Healthy, loving communities are built on clear-eyed humility, not diminishing problems or personalities, but acknowledging that we all have a part in reconciling them. Think about the relationships within your family, past and present, among your friends and community, at school, at work, or elsewhere. Is there something that needs to be forgiven? Is there a way for you to initiate without casting blame a conversation? A gesture that might clear the air so that the relationship can work toward restoration? What can you change in the smallest ways so that you no longer always avoid the people who irritate or perplex you, the ones you just can't see past? Maybe you need to forgive yourself for a relationship long gone in order to invest more deeply in the ones that matter now. And we can all work on our part in damaged societal relationships, helping to smooth the way for future communities to live more harmoniously. Repair begins at home in our hearts, whether personal or communal. What part can you play? Invite God into a relationship you want to repair. Pray about that relationship by doing the following activity. If you are at home, find 3 strands of yarn or ribbon, something you can braid. If you are at church, take 3 strands of ribbon from the Lenten box, 1 ribbon to represent you, 1 for the other person or persons, and 1 for God. Tie a knot at the end of the 3 strands, then slowly braid the colors together, and with each fold, pray the following. Loving God, weave your gracious healing into my relationship. Then name the person or persons or group. Notice the difference it makes to bring God into your relationships. When you have finished braiding, tie another knot so that the braid holds together. The wooden cross with wire has been placed near the banner so that you may weave your braided prayer through the wire as an offering to God. If you made a braid prayer at home, you were invited to add it to the cross by the sanctuary banner.